World domination and crafting. Yes, I'm back. So while we're waiting on folks to join, I'm going to remind y'all to visit my website, coopedup.com. There'll be a little thing that you can give me your email address. It'll pop up. I'm sending out pictures from our trip today or tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. I don't know. It depends on how it goes. But special photos just from our trip that you will be able to see there. And then if you're on Instagram, be sure to follow me. I'm Cooped Up on Instagram right there. And then if you're here on Facebook, this also broadcasts to YouTube. That's not a word. Broadcast to YouTube. But if there's a bell somewhere that you can click on, it's next to my name or something like that, Facebook tells me to remind y'all to do that so that you get reminders that I'm going live. So make sure you do that too. Hey, Mama, good to see you. Man, it's nice being back. First thing I did when we got home yesterday, Sunday, I think we got home at about 3:30, 3:15, 3:30, something like that. What a drive it was, and I'll catch you up on that in a minute. But we got home at about 3:30, and one of the things that I am a stickler for is I want Bernadette, that's our RV's name for those of you just catching up. So I want Bernadette to be clean before we put her away so that when we get her out next time for our next trip, I don't have to start cleaning then. Also, it keeps it from stinking. It keeps animals, rodents and stuff out if we just make sure everything is clean and all that stuff. So mop the floors, clean toilet. I do things in Bernadette that I don't even do in my own fucking house. Cleaning the toilets, mopping the floor, all that kind of stuff. Switching out all the sheets and putting on new sheets on all the beds so that everything is ready to go for next time. That is the thing. And we got it down to only about 2 hours. And so Todd pulled out at about 5:30 and took her back to the storage facility down in Mansfield, which is just south of, it's about maybe 35 minutes from here, 40 minutes from here. And then he leaves his car there and then drives it back. And so we can do all that. So yeah, and he dumped all the tanks and all that kind of stuff. So cheers, y'all. So thought we'd do a little Thanksgiving debrief on how things are going. I'd say the biggest news of Thanksgiving is that I gained 6 pounds. Literally in the last 2 weeks, I gained 6 pounds. And here's the thing. I don't know whether to be like, ooh, I gained 6 pounds, or yay, I only gained 6 pounds. I don't know if it's a celebratory relief or if it's a dreadful thing. But I always say that my mother-in-law cooks like Julia Child. Let me start over. My mother-in-law cooks like Julia Child, and my father-in-law drinks like Charlie Sheen. Now, we all drink like Charlie Sheen when we're there. And so there is no way, and half the time when you're there, you are either, actually not half the time, the entire time, there's 2 states of being, drunk or hungover, pretty much. That's how we are when we're at my in-laws' house. It's a good time. And I don't know if they party like that when we're not there. I suspect they do. But I know it's a good time when we're there. Drink lots of water. Try to stay hydrated. My skin's feeling a little tight, though, and not in the pretty way. And then, the CBD tablets that I've been taking have helped a lot with hangovers. Like I sleep through the night now. I don't know if they knock me out or what, but they do knock me out. But I'm sleeping really well after that, and I'm not experiencing the same hangovers. And I think that a lot of times when I would be a little bit hungover, it would be because I would wake up in the middle of the night and be kind of tossing and turning and hot and all that stuff. And then I would have actually like sleep deprivation more than anything else. This all sounds like I'm an alcoholic. I'm not. I'm just a run-of-the-mill drunk. But so I think that the CBD pills actually are helping me sleep through the night. So I sleep through that whole uncomfortable part of it. And then I'm fully rested when I wake up in the morning. And then I keep a bottle of water always with me. And I have it on my bedside table. And the first thing I do when I wake up is I chug like half the bottle of water too. Hi, Dave. Good to see you. Dave was also camping in Arkansas in the last couple of days too. His experience was a little different than ours from what I have gathered. Arkansas is gorgeous. So our travels out, and I've already broadcast this, so I'll keep this part short. We went from here to Lafayette over to like the Destin, Florida area, stayed there for a few days at this place called Camp Gulf, which is amazing. It's literally in the beach, closest you can get your RV. Some of them are actually on the beach. We just couldn't be there because dogs are not allowed on those, and we take our dogs with us. And another reason why I wash everything in the RV too before we put it away, because I don't want to be nose blind to the dog smell, and I'm worried that there is a dog smell. And so then from there, we went up to Hilton Head, where I had an unfortunate little fender bender, but we stayed there for 3 nights. And at like $100 a night for the fender bender rate. And then went up to my in-laws in Tryon, Columbus, North Carolina area. It's just across the border from Greenville, Spartanburg on the way to Asheville. It's kind of equidistance between those two things. It's called Tryon is the area. Really, really gorgeous area. And so we stayed there for almost a week, got there on Saturday and left on Friday morning. We actually celebrated Thanksgiving on Wednesday so that we would have the day to recover instead of leaving the next day. And then from there, we drove up through Tennessee, through Pigeon Forge and all that kind of stuff. I want to stop there and stay there. We did not this time. We went to Nashville, a place that we've stayed 3 times now. Great little RV place. And then over to this gorgeous Maumelle, I think is what it's called, Maumelle Park outside of Little Rock. It is so cute. Arkansas is just beautiful. It is just, and I know it's called the natural state, and now I see why. That's their state slogan. I know. So here's the thing. State slogans. Like I know most of the state slogans and capitals and like birds and all that stuff. And here's why. We used to do road trips every summer, and my grandparents lived in Salt Lake City. And so we would drive from McAllen, Texas to Salt Lake City. Now, let me mind you, that is a long ass drive. And so we would break it up, and it would take like 2 weeks to go there, stay for a while, and come back. And we would always stop along the way. My Aunt Lois and Uncle Richard would take us, and my cousin Christy. One of the things, this was before phones and all that, obviously, iPhones. We would do flashcards in the car. So one of the trips we did flashcards were for the 50 states, and it was like all the different facts and stuff. And it was a competition of, could you name like obviously you know the state's name because he says Arkansas, and it's like the natural state. It's okay, good. What's its capital? Little Rock. Yeah. And learn that a lot of useless shit about a lot of things, but it's actually come in handy on these trips. So Carrie is saying where the Ozarks beautiful with the tree change. They were gorgeous. I think that we missed it by just a little bit because most of the trees actually did not have leaves on them anymore. I think with the great wind had come through already at that point, and knocked everything off. It's still beautiful. It's cold as fuck though, but it was really, really beautiful. And Dave is saying, Coop, can't say that Arkansas is that beautiful. At Lake Catherine, there was so much gunfire from hunters. I felt like jumping into a World War I trench. Yeah, we didn't get that, but it is that time. I mean, it is. Isn't this? Actually, I don't know. Arkansas has different seasons, I guess. But in Texas, I mean, we're full on in deer hunting season right now, right? I mean, I used to go deer hunting with my dad and my granddaddy when I was a kid around this time too. We just bought a rental in the Seaverville area, have been twice this year. I have thoughts, Stephanie is saying. Yeah, I don't know exactly where that is. I remember seeing that on a sign, but good for you. And Aaron wants to know, did we ever find Claire? Oh, I didn't finish that chapter. So I hung up with y'all. So backstory, y'all. I broadcast live from Hilton Head a week ago Friday, and Claire wanted to be on it, but she had taken the dogs for a walk and didn't come back. And I was like, okay, 45 minutes later, I'm like, maybe I should go look for her. And I was vamping because she really, really wanted to show up this necklace that she bought with her own money. So I hung up. I go walk around, and she's coming down the road just sobbing. I've been lost everywhere, and I cannot find you. Oh, I felt so bad, but then I also laughed because I'm that dick dad. But so she got lost with the dog, and her punk ass brother is actually the one who left her. They were walking together, and then they got in some sort of fight, and then he walked off, which I'm not going to lay blame on either of them because I don't know who started the fight and what the fight was about. And I'm all about free range, so I'm like, you're safe. We were in the gates of the #1 motor coach RV resort in America or something. It's a gorgeous place. I knew she'd be okay. And she'd eventually find her way back. Carrie, this is a good lesson. If you're ever lost I've literally just told Carrie this story the other day, and I guess I need to train my kids on this too. If you're ever lost in like a maze-like situation, always turn right or always turn left. It doesn't matter. It's like always turn, and you'll eventually find your way, because you'll get to a dead end and then go back, and you'll eventually find your way. So, oh no, Mason, never leave your sister. Well, some sisters deserve to be loved. Let's just put it that way. It's in Pigeon Forge. So I have a friend. So we have spent the night there one time driving to Washington, D.C. about 3 summers ago. And we just overnighted. We have a friend who owns a cabin there, and got there after dark and left at like sun up, because we needed to be in DC that afternoon. And so I didn't get to see it, but it's gorgeous. And my in-laws live basically on the other side of those mountains. It's all the Smoky Mountains, and they live in the Blue Ridge Mountain section of it, which is just over the hill. I still think it's the prettiest area, but I want to check it out. Although I do recall when we drove through Pigeon Forge, it looked very like Myrtle Beach-ish, a little bit like a lot West End, like a lot of tourist stuff, but I'm sure that you can avoid that. And there's plenty of other stuff to do. And I want to go to Dollywood. I know you can't not. It's so tacky and hilarious. Yeah, I think that I remember, do they have one of those like upside down, like Orlando, like upside down, like Ripley's Believe It or Not museums? And don't they have like a life-size replica of the Titanic there? And I'm trying to think of what else. There's like is that where Noah's Ark is? Something like that. So, and no, you taught me if I'm in a house of mirrors or a maze to always have one hand on the wall to keep your bearings. No, it is to get out. That is the way to find your way out of a maze. Always keep your hand on one side, and eventually you will find the exit or where you're going. So that could apply to anything, but that is how you get out of a maze. Always keep it. And they have all the museums. Oh, you know what else is like that? Outside of Mount Rushmore, there's this little town just outside of Mount Rushmore. And I can't remember the name of it now. And we're just like, gorgeous, 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 driving. Oh, let's make a turn here. I think there's a town there. Maybe we can get lunch. Holy fucking tourist trap. Like I think that's what a lot of that was. And we were that close, and we did not go to Dollywood. Blake is saying, I know, at Christmas time especially. But we're COVID conscious. We're not doing it. Also, we didn't have time this trip. It'll be a future trip. I actually was talking to someone about going out that direction and maybe making a theme of it. Like there's an RV park at Graceland. So maybe it's like celebrities or something like that. Graceland in Memphis, and then Loretta Lynn's Dude Ranch is real close by also, and then Dolly Parton stuff. Like maybe we can do that. I got to figure out the Arkansas part, but and Branson too. Yes, Stephanie's saying Branson. It's all like that. But they're in gorgeous. Branson's in a gorgeous place. They're all in really, really pretty places, right? The Smokies are beautiful. So how did you, if you're not a great fan of it, how did you end up buying a rental property there? That's what I want to know. Let's see what you were saying in the comments. What else? But yeah, so anyway, back to the Claire story. So she's found her way back. She was fine, not too emotionally scarred. I think she knew she was safe. I think a lot of it was for dramatic effect, but she returned to Dallas with us. Let's just put it that way. So, what else? Driving home from Arkansas was like a shit show. It was raining almost the entire time. The wind was so crazy. And keep in mind, so we are at 36-foot Winnebago, which is just a big ass bus. And then we're towing a Jeep behind us now. And the wind is blowing, and it's just, Todd was just like, I didn't drive it. The only thing Todd hates worse than driving the Winnebago is being in the passenger seat while I'm driving the Winnebago. So we drove I did not drive a single mile on this trip. He drove all of it. I navigated. I made sure I made lunch. I'd go in the back and make lunch while we were driving to save time and all that kind of stuff. But we did have a situation where we needed to get gas, and the thing was saying, "Okay, you have 100 miles to empty." And so I was like, "Oh, there's a Buc-ee's that's 80 miles away." Is making the readings a little off, so it was like suddenly we pull into. I mean, we're getting close to Buc-ee's, and it's like, "You have 10 miles left, bitches." And so we're like, and you just can't pull it when you are, what is it, 36 feet plus the Jeep and stuff, so 50 feet long. You can't just pull into any gas station. It has to be like a big trucker kind of gas station, or like a Buc-ee's or something like that. I have the things I never thought I would say in 2020 is I have the Flying J Pilot app on my phone to find RV-friendly gas stations. This is a well-used app on my phone recently. Did not think that was going to happen. So we get there, though, and we made it, and we wanted to go there because they have the best barbecue sandwiches, masked up. Todd has made us all commit to wearing the N95 masks until this spike is over, at least. None of the cutesy masks, none of the little fabric. It's all N95s from here on out because we need to protect ourselves too. And went into Buc-ee's. I was surprised. So the Buc-ee's in Arkansas or Alabama, when we were going to Florida, like I was in and out as quickly as I could because bitches weren't wearing masks in that one. The one outside of Dallas in Royce City, everyone was wearing masks. I was really, really proud of them. Good for y'all. And got the barbecue sandwiches. They had the good barbecue sandwiches there. Didn't get the beef jerky. I'm trying to get in and out so fast because I just don't want exposure to people. I forgot that. The chips are good, though. They have these mini cookies that are like butter, salt, sugar bombs, the best. And then, I couldn't get away without a little ornament. I thought y'all would like that. A little Buc-ee's Christmas ornament. Because it's almost time it is time to start. I'm behind. This is my official ornament of 2020, though. Can y'all see that without too much light? Oh, come on. It's Santa wearing a mask. See that? That is my official ornament of, it's a real pretty glass ornament, too, of 2020. Oh, come on, focus in on me. Yep. There we go. Monica is saying beaver nuggets, too. I have not tried those yet, but you have told me that. And Carrie's saying the chopped brisket barbecue. Yeah, 100%. I don't actually like sliced brisket sandwiches. I like sliced brisket, but I don't like sliced brisket sandwiches because exactly, they're all too dry always. And no one was wearing masks in Arkansas, at least almost no one. Yeah, so we thought that too. We experienced that too at our different stops in Memphis and in Nashville. At Nashville, at the place where we stopped, I walked into the thing to register or to get our passes or whatever, and they all saw that I had a mask on. Everyone, the lady at the desk did. Everyone else just stepped out to the corners, but they were all just talking and no masks anywhere. That's why they're all going to get the vid. Ooh. So my sister's saying you have to get it with the pickles and onions. I don't like onions on it, and I actually don't like pickles either. I like things that have had pickles. This is how I eat like a Chick-fil-A sandwich. No, don't come for me about it being a bag of hate. I know what it is. Chick-fil-A sandwiches have to have had the pickles on them, but then I peel them off. I don't like it. I don't say no pickles because I don't like it without pickles. It has just a little tangy of the juice, right? Were the reindeer erected while you were gone? No, I'm arranging the reindeer erection as we speak. Well, maybe not at this moment, but trying to figure out how to get them up because it is time to decorate. And I am so far behind, bitches. Like I gotta get this done. Ordered Christmas card because we've started getting Christmas cards in the mail already. I've probably gotten 10 of them already. And I designed them today and minted, and I have to pull the mailing list together, but it was yeah, I got it. I'm behind on that. We have lights on the house and I have a wreath on the front, which is admittedly more than most people do, but I'm not most people. So I got to get that all together. So actually when I hang up with y'all, I think I'm gonna go start lining the front yard with the big lights and just start working on stuff. We're gonna order dinner in tonight because of that. Carrie is saying that Chick-fil-A marinates the chicken in pickle juice. Pro tip, does that work in the air fryer as well? can you just buy pickle juice? Like, can you buy pickle juice without the pickles? Because I am not. Occasionally, I have a craving for like cornichon pickles, the little ones. Did I say that right? Cornichon. I think that's the fancy way to say it. Cornichon. The Connie Chung pickles. What? I don't get it. But other than that, I've never been a pickle fan, and I really, really do not like sweet pickles at all. Like I can tolerate, like I like dill pickle relish in like it has to be in tuna salad. It has to be in like chicken salad. Deviled eggs taste great with pickles. So I don't hate pickles in things. I just don't like. For me, on a burger or a sandwich, also if you bite into it, and there's a pickle, and then you get it, and it's like I don't know. It's slurping that in your mouth. Yeah. This lady in Tennessee served it as a shot after moonshine. Pickle juice. That's awesome. And Gary says that it does work in the air fryer. Saw it on the TikToks. And you can buy chicken nuggets with a hint of pickle, my sister is saying. Did you get the Santa ornament from the Chinese website? Yes, I did not, actually. I Googled it, and funny enough, I ordered it from, so these You Better Work RuPaul notepads, Tasklisk. There's a store in Montana. So I saw them on somebody's Instagram. And then I went to find them, and everywhere was sold out. But I found this shop called Made in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, actually not Montana, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, that had them. And so I ordered them from them, and then they had these also, right? But there's a shop, if you're in Dallas, there's a shop in Bishop Arts District called All Good Things, fabulous store. The owner's name is Kristen Miller, I believe is her last name. Wonderful woman. And I think that they have them there too. So I did not order them. So I just ordered this from that same store. But here's the thing. They sent me the You Better Work notepads. Didn't hear shit from them forever. And then I finally emailed them and I was like, hey, what about the ornament? Because they were like, it was on back order. It arrived 2 days later. I think that they forgot about it. Speaking of things that I ordered, by the way, there is this thing that I ordered. So let me go to my shop app here. I ordered some silk pajamas. I don't know why, because someone recommended them. So I saw these silk pajamas from Avery, something like that. Avery Sleep, Averie Sleep. And I ordered them on September 23rd, and they still have not arrived yet. So I emailed them the other day, and I was like, where are they? Because it said they're back ordered in small batches and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, where are they? And they were like, oh, we're still getting some in. We'll get them to you as soon as you can. But they are so cute. Look at that. I'm gonna look so hot in that. I don't know if that's not focusing in. They have tigers. They're blue, and they have tigers on them. I'm gonna look like a chubby version of that hot guy, though. And he has good hair, too. So rocking the silk pajama. Who knew that things in 2020, driving a Winnebago, being the gay RV guru, ordering silk pajamas, ordered a caftan, but I hated it and sent it back already. Started painting my nails and my toenails. I've actually always painted my toenails. My fingernails are not painted right now because I did not want to get murdered in Arkansas. And Winnebago, I've not told you all this. Winnebago asked to use one of our photos from my Instagram in some video that they're making for their like pandemic summer adventures series or something. I don't know. I don't know all the specifics of it. They were just like, can we use this certain photo? Blah, blah, blah. It's of our whole family and all that kind of stuff. So they're going to the gays in there too. So 2020 was the year that I went from being the JCPenney dad to the Winnebago dad. Like, what? How did this all happen? Let's see what else. I was thinking about this also. How many of y'all, like when you go on a trip, I have my bag, which actually it's downstairs right now, but I have basically my purse that I take. And when I go on a trip, I'm like, ooh, like it's like fucking New Year's resolutions. Every time I go on a trip, I'm like, ooh, this is the time I'm going to tackle all those things on my to-do list. I'm going to read 17 books in 10 days and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, my bag is just like busting at the seams. I don't do damn shit. I don't do a single thing. I packed 2 books, did not even look at them, did not even pull them out of the bag. I packed my Kindle, which had like 2 books loaded on it. I think I pulled my Kindle out once to get to something underneath my Kindle. Do y'all do that? The only thing I don't do, I don't buy new clothes for trips. Like I know so many people who are like, oh, I got to get a new wardrobe for this vacation. I'm like, I'm seeing a bunch of bitches I don't know. I'm going to dress nicely because I always dress nicely, but I'm not for people I don't know. Now for the gram, maybe I need to do that. So Stephanie is saying that the pickle juice was shockingly smooth after the moonshine. And Jameson with a pickle back. It's a thing. Who knew that there was so much pickle knowledge going on here? But tell me if y'all do that too, where you have like best of intentions on vacations. And also, why would I want to here's the thing I don't understand that does not make any sense at all. Why would I want to tackle all of these things that I have not gotten around to or have not found the motivation to do in my everyday life? Why would I want to do those things when I'm on vacation? I do not understand it. So anyway, what else happened? Oh, so I have been driving. So we took Butch the Jeep with us, and I was driving that around, like when we would go places. That thing is rough and loud, and you have to like floor it to get anywhere because the big tires and all that kind of stuff, right? So I get into Todd's Range Rover today to go. I actually need to go to Total Wine and More to pick up some wine. Cheers. I swear I almost drove off the bridge. I'm like, so much power and you know, and the Winnebago and also in the Jeep. And I used to say this when I had an Escalade as well. The steering wheel is just a suggestion on where you want it to go. It doesn't actually do anything. It's just, you're just kind of poking the thing in the right direction. The Range Rover is like, I was like, it was an activity in terror. Going to pick up my wine, my box wine at Total Wine and More, though. I had to do it. And okay, we are death on this one because I already made the decision and I already know how I feel about this. Mason has a laptop for school that we had to buy. The school just says it has to meet these like 5 specifications. It has to be a PC. It has to have this sort of thing, software, blah blah blah. This amount of memory. So we bought him a Dell 2-in-1, which is like a touch screen, and you can kind of fold it back, and it's a tablet also, right? Not cheap at all. And so we bought him one of those things, and school started in August, and over the trip, he cracked the screen, like big crack the screen, like big star across like a third of the screen. And the fortunate thing is our kids are very honest, and he did not hide it. We knew about it like the day it happened. To his credit, that's awesome. But we have to replace the screen on it now, and I'm making him pay for it. We are. But I was like, no, you're paying for that. I'm not paying for that. Because there's a history there. He leaves it on the floor. He just crams it in his backpack and all that stuff. We've given him a neoprene case to put it in. We've told him not to leave it on the floor, all that kind of stuff. So, but then I was telling some people about this, and they're like, God, you're so strict. Because poor Mason. So we already said he's not going to get a cell phone until he's in the 8th grade, unless he buys it. We'll buy him one in the 8th grade. Wait till 8th is what we're saying. But he wants one before, and he's in the 6th grade, by the way. He can buy it for himself. And so he is now saving up money, but that's all wiped out now because this screen situation. And I took it today, and yeah, it's going to be like maybe like $300 to fix. Am I bad? Am I mean? Am I too rough on my kids? Okay, let's go to some questions here because I can save everything else I have written down. Any Cyber Monday purchases? I've been shopping the last few days for different gifts. Bought another air fryer so we have an air fryer here, and we've been putting it in Bernadette but Target has them 40% off, marked down from $99 to $60. And so I bought another one of those to put in there. There's this camp stove called Solo Stove. They've got them marked down. I might buy one of those. This photo frame that I have right here is great. By the way, Jody, you know it's right there. Thank you, Jody. I already put it on display. Jody, top fan, delivered a little Peruna SMU mascot, little bobblehead that I put up there. Thank you for that. And then I've bought a bunch of like services for Cyber Monday, like things that I use for my company, like to manage social media and all kinds of stuff like that. I did buy some things like that. And actually I upgraded, or I will be in a few moments, as soon as I hang up with y'all, upgrading this whole system here to do some other stuff. A lot of new technology that I won't know how to use, and I'll probably fuck up, and y'all will laugh at me for doing it. Carrie bought Sonos speakers for $50 each, and bought a pair of the Sonos One for $298. Good for you, girl. We have Sonos in the ceiling downstairs. I have one behind me here. They're the best. The bass is so good in them. Drop a link. And your friend Kelly did it with her son. He wanted the $250 earpods, and she said, when you can buy them, you can have them when you can buy them. The kid has not lost a single AirPod. And Sandy said, how's it going with the cooped up t-shirts? It's not going anywhere. That was awesome. List of things to do. Come up with cooped up swag while you're on vacation. That was on the list. Did not get that. If y'all have any ideas, I know I have all these little sayings. So should yourself to death. Can't talk sane to crazy. Turkey tastes better with tinsel. We already passed that one at this point. All those kinds of things. I need to get on that. I do. I think that I just missed the boat on so many things because I have too many. Todd is like, you have all these ideas. I really need a manager. Carrie and I have talked about this. Carrie and I are going to become each other's managers because both of us have so much spark and so much fun and so many ideas and so much thing. But then we just get sidetracked by new ideas. And we need to be like, bitch, you do this, I do that. Accountability partner, manager, what are you going to... I have a Weight Watchers accountability partner who is for shit, and I'm for shit for her as well. But we'll be better at that with this other stuff, yes. And Carrie's like, yep, we need to manage each other's shit. Are you here on Wednesday, by the way, Carrie? People are asking, and they want to see you. We have not seen you in a while. And Sonos are on Amazon and Sonos.com, 25% off. Good job. And... oh, Sandy had Drizzly deliver some Boda box. I am hooked on just pull up, throw it in the back of the car from Total Wine. That is my thing. Plus, it lets me get out of the house a little bit. And Ryan is asking, I'm going to go over a little bit since I haven't seen you in a while. Ryan is asking whatever happened to the fender bender lady. Well, she showed me her husband, Mitch the bitch. Came by. So they like crazy stalked us at this park. Like twice a day they would come by the RV and we weren't there or whatever. Or Todd would see them and like duck. And so this is so that happened on Wednesday morning, I think it was. And no, Thursday morning. I think it was Thursday morning. It happened on Thursday morning. By Thursday afternoon, they'd already gotten a quote. We're trying to hustle me for half of the money. And I was like, whatever. Then on Friday evening, I'd already been in the sauce a little bit and was cooking dinner, all that stuff. And they showed up again, the two of them. And I was like, fuck it, fine, just go the fuck away. And so I was like, I'll just Venmo you half the money. And I also talked to the insurance folks, and they were like, don't let them claim it. Even if you're not found at fault, it'll still hit your record. You'll still have to pay for it. In the end, it's better to pay a couple $100, $300 is what I paid, to make them go away. Just it's better in the long run, right? Unfortunate that you didn't have any damage, or fortunate, I guess, you didn't have any damage, but yeah. So I was like, I'll just Venmo you. And they're like, what's Venmo? I mean, these are older people. They didn't have children. They're just like they They obviously were all up in my Kool-Aid though. And so I tried to Venmo him. My debit card expired. I don't ever use it. I don't even know where it is. And so Venmo rejected it because I needed to update it or something. And so then the next day, we left the next day and we're driving and he starts like blowing up my phone and he's like, I've researched you and I see that you have a prominent social media following. I'd hate for that to get tarnished. To which this joke that I made the other night as well. I was like, I already do a pretty good job of tarnishing my reputation. Yeah, I don't need any help from you. I did not say that. I literally just went to Zelle in the bank app and just sent him the money, the $300, and made him go away. But he was like, I'm going to come for you and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, fuck you, whatever. Just let it go. But unfortunately, it means I did not buy a new flocked Christmas tree this year. That was kind of what I was wanting to spend my money on. Because I had an unexpected $500 land in my bank account from a thing that I did. That sounds much more lecherous than it actually. That was not. It was totally legal. I had a meeting that I got paid to be at because that happens sometimes, and did not expect the meeting to actually happen. And so I was like, "Oh, I'm going to buy a flocked Christmas tree." Did not buy that though. So, do I have the link? Do I have the link to the air fryer? I'll put it in the comments if that's what you're talking about, or I don't know if you're talking about with Carrie. But at Target, they're on sale. And what else? Let me write that down though. Air fryer link. Is there anything else I've talked about that I need to buy that y'all want to buy that I can put a link to? Anyway, I think that's all I got. Let me see if there's any other questions on here. All the other things I have on my list I can talk about tomorrow. Dolly Parton's Christmas movie. That'll be on the list tomorrow. I've not seen it yet, but I'm not hearing great reviews. Okay. Well, that's all I got today. And I went over a little bit. I hope you don't mind. I just hadn't seen you in a while. With that, I must say goodbye. I love you. It's important to know you are loved. I love that you watched this. This is good therapy. Kids went back to school today, so I had a little bit of peace and quiet for most of the day, even though I spent much of the day trying to figure out how to get Mason's iPad fixed. I'm going to log off, and I'm going to start Christmas decorating, maybe order dinner in or make spaghetti. I don't know yet what we're going to do. Something easy so I can get to Christmas decorating. And with that, I'm going to say bye. I'll see you tomorrow at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live, should I say. All righty. And Carrie, let me know if you were here on Wednesday. I think you said yes. We're going to take this as a commitment. Yes, Carrie will be here on Wednesday. None of that work bullshit. Nope. Don't let that get in the way. All righty.